Well, as we head into the 22nd month of the 2 weeks to flatten the curve, the Omicron variant is all the rage now. Yes, I know it came along last week and you're surprised we're still on Omicron. Apparently there are now supply chain issues with the release of the new variants. Apparently Chairman Xi and the fellas in Wuhan have got the Pi and Rho variants all ready to go, but they're stuck on some container ship in the Indian Ocean as we speak. They're pretty confident they can get them to us for Christmas, though. The latest data suggests that for all of Omicron's vaunted infectiousness, what it actually infects you with isn't that big a deal. It's only mildly symptomatic, reports show. So we're sure to get a measured and reasoned response to that? Germany is plunging all its unvaccinated citizens into yet another lockdown. There are two classes of citizenship now in Germany, and if you're unvaccinated, you will not be allowed to go to leisure activities or to non-essential shops. Thank you, Chancellor Merkel. On her way out the door, she's introducing strange categorizations and classes of people in Germany, which has a bit of a history on that sort of thing. Joe Biden's COVID czar is mulling a vaccine mandate for travel within the United States. There will now be internal COVID frontiers if you want to travel from Connecticut to Massachusetts. The question in the UK is whether there will be another Christmas lockdown. Restaurateurs who've had a rotten couple of years were depending on the Christmas office party bookings to get them through December, and it's not clear whether there will be any Christmas office party bookings now. It won't be a lockdown for everyone, though. Last Christmas, the Mirror reports, Boris Johnson's team were holding parties at 10 Downing Street while police were inspecting shopping carts for non-essential items for the ordinary citizenry, ticketing people for sitting on park benches, and castigating them for buying their cappuccinos from Costas insufficiently close to their home. Meanwhile, they're partying like it's 2019 at number 10. Here are the directives the Tories were giving you.
And nativity plays. We don't want people to cancel such events. We think that overwhelmingly the best thing for kids is to be in school, as I've said many times throughout this pandemic. What we're doing is trying to take a balanced and proportionate approach to the particular risk that seems to be posed by Omicron, or certainly is posed by Omicron.
Well, for what it's worth, I don't think there should be much snogging under the mistletoe. You don't need to do things like that. But I think we should all be trying to enjoy the Christmas ahead of us, and that's why we're working so hard to get the deployment of as many vaccines as possible.
But continue with your Christmas plans. We don't know, as Jonathan Van Tam said yesterday, we don't know an awful lot about the virus, about the vaccine, about this variant, so we do need to wait for the information.
In terms of Christmas parties, look, it's in the end, each business will need to make, each family, each community will need to make their own decisions. But we've tried to lay the foundations for controlling the spread of the virus. And this year, we won't have anything like the level of constraints that we had last year because of the success of the vaccine rollout.
Well, I don't think people need to change their plans. I think that the guidance that is already out there, which we published a few weeks back, the so-called sort of Plan A, which carries guidance around days as they get darker and colder. We know the virus likes that kind of weather, and so we should just always all be a bit cautious. It might be sensible, for example, depending on the type of party you're going to and the setting, to take a LFD test before you go.
So lockdowns are just for you peasants. No snogging. No snogging under the mistletoe. For generations, freeborn Britons have thought that when all else is gone, when all their other liberties are up in a puff of smoke, they will still be able to stop under the mistletoe and have a Christmas snog. But not anymore. Rule Britannia, Britannia rule the waves. Britons never, never, never shall be allowed to snog under the mistletoe ever again. If Omicron is infectious, but symptomatically insignificant, what's the big deal that it should be able to lockdown snogging in a snogtastic society such as the United Kingdom? Will you even be allowed to play ball? Forget the snogging. The snogging's off, no human contact. Will you even be allowed to play ball during another lockdown?